Bună dimineața. Maybe not so bună, but it is morning and it is raining. Bummer. Our last day, day 60 on the Via Transilvanica. Paul and Tammy backpacking in Bruges. This is the 1st of June and day 60 for us on the Via Transilvanica. We are departing from Balotesti and heading to Drobeta Turnu Severin. This is our final leg where we dip our feet into the Danube River. Well, we might not do that, but we've got at least 16 miles, possibly some elevation gain, and it's raining, and it's supposed to rain pretty much all day, so probably won't get a whole lot of videos in because my phone will probably die on me. We stayed last night at Pensione Happy. It was very nice. We had the whole house to ourselves. He had dinner for us. What we heated up. He had to leave, and then he came and made breakfast for us this morning, which is wonderful. Got some things that we had asked that he didn't have: hot chocolate, yogurt, and he made an omelet. And so it was good breakfast, good dinner last night. We had some beer beer, Ursus beer, and we had one of his bottles of wine. Not sure. It tasted like a local wine or homemade wine, maybe. I don't know. Not bad. Very good. Very nice day. 200 for the place. He took donations for the dinner and breakfast, and we paid for the beer and the wine. So, but worth it. Very nice. It's beautiful, beautiful place to be on our last night. The weather was great. Used the washing machine and put some clothes out. Just took advantage of that and cleaned as many clothes as we could before we head into Drobeta for 2 nights. Nothing too exciting going on. We're going to be doing a lot of road walking today. We think the whole path is asphalt, so that's kind of a bummer. But in the rain, we're not complaining. So we'll see if it dries up. Might do some more videos, and hopefully we'll do some videos of the Danube River once we see that again. We were able to see it last night. Yesterday was a shorter day, 12 miles or so. Very sunny, exposed most of the day. Beautiful views. We were able to see the Danube River last night, or yesterday afternoon, which is kind of cool. And we walked a bit with Niku, the gentleman that we shared a house with Casa Andy in the town before Sureshu. So we might actually see him on the trail today as well, because he's finishing up somewhere. Well, he's going to finish up to Drobeta as well today. Other than that, we expect it to be pretty quiet on the roads. And it's also some holiday. Children's Day, I think, is today, June 1st. And I think there's no school, but we're not exactly sure what it means. We think the museum in Drobeta at the Iron Gates will be closed, so that's kind of a bummer, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, Kale Buna. We're still leaving the village of Balotesti, just about maybe 9 o'clock. We've walked a few miles. So pretty big village, long street runs through it. And just wanted to update everybody who's so interested in the status of my shoes. So the Hoka Anacapa Breeze lows that I purchased new for this, ow, that hurt, for this hike. I have yet to need duct tape or repair work to the shoes. I've been purposely trying to walk on softer parts of the trail and or road if possible, like, you know, walking on the grass versus walking on the asphalt. And I won't say we're going to make it because we still have probably 15 miles to go, maybe more. But at the end, I will show everyone with great excitement how the tread looks on my shoes. But so far, the uppers are holding out well. The lowers are worn pretty thin, the treads that is. And so if I were to try to hike with in an area where I need grip, it wouldn't work so well. So, but we'll see. I mean, if it's 850 miles with, you know, me being 200 pounds and a pack of 30 pounds or so, that's a lot of weight to carry for 850 miles for any pair of shoes, I think. So we'll see what the verdict is once we reach Drobeta. Well, looks like I lied. We're not on asphalt the entire way. We just turned off the road coming out of Balotesti, and we're on this gravel path road for the time being. And we're not sure how long it's going to be like this, but this is somewhat of a reprieve from the asphalt. Well, this bridge looks a little scary. We'll see how well it is. The boards are wet and missing. Oh man. Wow, this is even scary for me. There is a metal bar underneath the middle, so that's somewhat reassuring. The Elzer. Oh my goodness. The adventure never ends. The Elzer. Usually I'm pretty good at these things and I'm a little nervous. Dang. Time to get some new boards, fellas. I can't imagine. Look at that. That's not good. Can't imagine how much it would cost to repair this bridge. Okay. I'm on dry land again. Well, wet land. Let's see how Tammy does. Whoop. Hit my head. Alrighty, dear. Well, we won't show it. I'll let you know if she doesn't make it. Well, it looks like she made it. We're all very happy. Alrighty, so it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're about 3.5 miles into the segment, the last segment, and we are very appreciative that we are in a pasture. It's not a high mountain pasture, but it is a pasture, and it's not an asphalt road, nor is it a gravel road. It's nice soft dirt, and fortunately for the moment, not mud. So we're very happy for this, and just glad that it's not a different kind of road and there aren't fast cars whizzing by us. So this is very pleasant. It is about 11:30 in the morning, and even though our philosophy has been the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, we on this wonderful 60th day on the Via Transilvanica, we decided to ignore that philosophy and follow the Via Transilvanica around the outlying hills north or upstream, I think. Upstream, down, I'm not sure which way it flows. Anyway, around the city of Drobeta. So we could have made a straight line from the turn back there, and it would have taken us about a couple hours to get to our final destination, but instead we're following the path, and we've got now 15 kilometer stones to pass by before reaching our final destination. So yeah, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, but on this fine day, we decided we're gonna follow the route all the way to the end. Alrighty, so we have been in pretty much constant communications with Taşulesa Social, primarily Julian there, after we stopped in for an overnight stay. And I think I mentioned before on another video that we found out there's a kilometer stone on the island, Simeon Island, we think it's called, that's in the Danube River. And the friends of ours that we met on the trail tried to get out to that kilometer stone with no luck. They went to where the iron gates are, because I think it's right across the water from there, and the museum couldn't help them. And they also went to the port in Drobeta, and couldn't get any rides there either. But Julian put us in touch with Alexandra, who lives, I think, in Drobeta, and she is potentially arranging a boat ride out to the island to see that final kilometer stone. So we are really excited about that, and just want to say, boy, thanks so much for making this rather tough trail, we think, just more enjoyable and more palatable is probably not the right word, but certainly more digestible. You know, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. That's pretty much how we've tackled, or are tackling, and we're not done yet, tackling the Via Transilvanica. But we've had great chefs that are making it, each bite very, all the more appetizing. How's that for a metaphor? Probably not great, but anyway, I'll take it. So we're, Alexandra reached out this morning after Julian put her in touch with us, and is going to meet us at the final, at the museum, at the Iron Gates, and then potentially tomorrow morning, Tuesday, we'll take a boat ride out to the last and final, very final kilometer stone. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll keep you posted. Well, we are on another hill above Drobeta, and just a gorgeous view. Right now we can see it, we can almost smell it, and almost taste it. But we've got a couple more, I think 14 more kilometer stones, so we're at the end. It is a little past 12:30 in the afternoon, and we are still about just under 12 kilometers from the final destination. We are on this wonderful farm road that's taken us through these fields of grain and pasture land. And believe it or not, though, even though you could almost touch Drobeta, we're 2.5 hours out because it's still 7.5 miles to go. And even if we're going at 3 miles an hour, it's going to take us 2.5 hours. So we are close and getting closer. Well, according to Google Maps, we're about 45 minutes from Iron's Gate and the museum. And also Google said it might be closed, which is we were kind of expecting on this holiday. So it looks like I'm just walking down this sort of no car zone, sort of, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, heading toward that sort of castle looking thing or tower looking thing in the middle, and we'll see when we make a left turn after that toward the museum in the Iron's Gate. Well, we just left the last kilometer stone on the mainland of Romania. There is still one more kilometer stone on the island. We didn't go see that, but we're trying to arrange for a boat trip there tomorrow morning. So we'll see if that comes through. It's apparently the person with a boat before is no longer living here. So, but they're working on plan B. We'll see if that happens. But we made it to the last kilometer stone. We were escorted by two Taşulesa social volunteers, Alexandra and I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's name. And we're going to have dinner with him later tonight. But when we showed up at the last climber stone, there was a group of other volunteers there with food and cherries and strawberries and cake and beer. And they just were there to congratulate us on our completing the Via Transilvanica. So what a wonderful surprise. Julian called via FaceTime, I think, and we talked to him for a little bit on the phone and via video chat, and yeah, so nice. And folks there, a group of young children, probably high school maybe, that were there, that were volunteers. Some of them are gonna hike it, and we also ran into some trail runners that are completing marathons, and they're gonna compete in a marathon, Via Transilvanica marathon in August. So yeah, what a neat little celebration. Really, we just left. It was at the museum inside the grounds. Beautiful grounds, colorful roses and artifacts from Roman era on forward. Just a wonderful celebration of our completion of the Via Transilvanica. So we were overwhelmed. And now we're heading back to our hotel for the night. And later this evening we'll meet Alexandra and the other gentlemen and have dinner and share stories and learn more about the history that they're so familiar with here in Drobeta Turnu Severin, which apparently has a whole lot. So we look forward to seeing them later this evening.